Hang on 1 second. Um, I don't even know how to start this live off, everybody. Um, Holy cow. I'm not going to show you what I've seen. Um, so I'm in Aurora, Colorado right now at Del Mar Park. And a person has been hung from a tree at a park in Aurora, Colorado. The only information that I have is that, and I'm looking right at it, and I am not turning the camera around. I'm not going to subject you guys to what I've seen. Very little information. I do know that oh God, it's hard to look at, guys. The person that was hung from a tree was a Hispanic male. I can't get anywhere near the scene. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 police officers there, at least. The year is 2025, and I'm staring at a guy hanging from a tree. I have no words. I have no words. I wish I could give you guys more information. I know that the crime happened around 8:30, 8:40 in the morning today, which was about an hour ago. Speculation, but I think it's solid speculation. This is definitely a hate crime. All violent crimes are hateful, but hanging from a tree is what we have to deal with in 2025. I don't know what to say, y'all. It's gross. It's terrible. People are starting to show up here. I don't understand. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Um, I don't understand it. How could somebody be so hateful? It looks like the victim was not bound by hands, straight up hung from a tree. I don't know if that's if it's a suicide or if someone decided to do this, but it's in plain view for everyone to see. The cops are doing their best to surround and um, to to kind of hide what's going on for good reason. Nobody should have to see this, but this is reality. And you know, I don't have a lot of information for you guys. I definitely don't want to turn the camera. Um, Nothing could have prepared me for this call this morning, guys and gals. Let me see what's going on in chat here. Um, um, so that's what we're dealing with here, guys. There's no information. There's no media. There's no PIO that I can talk to. I don't want to go anywhere near the scene. Um, what exactly happened here? Um, Again, this is speculation. I'm not sure if this person decided to take their own life or if someone did this. If someone did this, I'm gonna do my best to find you. Um, Keeper, there's no cameras in the park per se. I'm looking around. This is Delmar Park. If you guys want to look on on the the map there, I am looking for cameras. I don't see. Yeah, I don't think. Okay, there are cameras on the street, so maybe there'll be more information. You know, as to where this person came from, what exactly happened, if he was with other people. Sorry, guys, it's hard to look at every time I stare over there. Uh, what's up, auditing? I don't I don't know what to say, everybody. I hate to be such a downer this morning, and I will be leaving here in about 15-20 minutes. There's two thoughts on my mind right now as I'm looking at the cops doing their due diligence. There's really not much to do. I think they're waiting for a crime CSI unit to get here. They have kind of like surrounded the body that's hanging from the tree. Um, they need more people to cover. I mean, it's in plain view. Um, Now, my two schools of thought were, I don't see how this could be someone offing themselves. It doesn't seem like it's that case. My initial gut tells me that somebody did this. Um, I'm not going to get much closer to the scene than I am right now. I'm about I'd say 50 yards away from where this crime happened. I I really have no words. If somebody did do this, um, you're gonna be found, and you're gonna pay for this. Um, what's up, Michelle? KT Pita. I can't show you any video, y'all. This is I can't get close, KDOT. The officers are right at the scene. I can't go there, dude. I just can't. I can't for my own well-being, and I can't. You know, if I see another officer come in, I'll ask for the incident number, KDOT. But for right now, I can't. I mean, that's too close, KDOT. I can't get there, dude. Nor would I think that they would. Uh, I don't know. Um, I'm trying to gather even the slightest details from the distance that I'm at. The body is hanging from a tree clearly, and to me it looks as if the head is covered with maybe a hoodie or a bag. I can't say for sure, but the head is definitely covered. It's covered with a black hood, y'all, or dark colored hood. So this was definitely not a self-induced thing, I don't think. I'm looking around. There's okay, so there's looks like there's a detective on scene right now. They're taking pictures. Oddly, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 police cars here. I would think this would be a bigger deal. I think maybe others are on their way. I don't know. Can't tell if the victim has shoes on or not. It's too far of a distance. I wish I could give you guys more details, but there's no way I'm going up there. I can't. I just don't want to. Sorry. I this is What's up, Davin? I wish it was under better circumstances there. To get people caught up, there is a body. I think the shoes are still on. There's a body hanging from a tree at Delmar Park. I have no idea what happened here. I don't believe that this person just off themselves in this manner, because first of all, there's some type of hoodie or black hood or dark colored hood on the body. It's I hate to be so graphic, trigger warning everybody, but if you could see what I would see, it would be even worse, and I'm definitely not turning the camera around. It's currently about 75 degrees at 9:41 in Denver. This apparently this was discovered about 8:30 in the morning, thereabouts. I don't see any other police vehicles coming. There are people coming in and out, kind of looking at things and wondering what's going on, and it's awful, y'all. The person has like a green shirt on, tan pants, it looks like. The report about a Hispanic male, I can't tell you for sure if that's true or not. So that's speculation. I don't know if somebody went close and determined the hand color or something of that nature, but that's right now that's just speculation. But in plain view, in a public park, there is a body hanging from a tree in Aurora, Colorado at Delmar Park. It's basically, if people know Delmar Park, there is a big pool that is to the west of this tree. There's a big kind of bushy tree. I don't know what kind of tree it is. Definitely not a pine, but it's in plain view, y'all. I can't tell you how awful this is, and the body is twirling with the wind. You know, kind of turning one way clockwise, one way counterclockwise. I've been staring at this thing for about 10 minutes, and it's really nauseating. Um, the police are currently taking photos. They're about ready to put up crime tape. I'm surprised that they didn't close off this parking lot. It's unimaginable tragedy here, guys and gals. I don't know what to say. I don't think I've ever covered a hanging on the channel before, and this is definitely a hanging. Catch an update, Rib Guy. Basically, I'm here at Del Mar Park in Aurora, Colorado, if you want to look it up on the map, but a person has been hung from a tree. Looks to be male. If I had to guess, about 6 foot tall. The person has a hood over their head, a dark hood. I don't know if it's black or maybe a dark blue. There is the person still has shoes on. I can see where somebody would have guessed that it was a Hispanic male, because the hands are dark in nature. Definitely not Caucasian. And it's really weird because there's not, from where this person was hung or hung themselves, I'm not gonna rule that out. There's really not a lot of room. It's not super high off of the ground. It's I can't tell you how tragic this is. Oh shoot. I'm gonna get some air conditioning on, guys. It's getting kind of hot in here. I will be doing DT, just to let everybody know. I'm gonna be leaving here in about 10 minutes or so. I don't think there's anything else I can get. I would like an incident number, but I can't bring myself to go up there, y'all. I just can't. It's one thing to cover crime in this city, but it's another to actually see dead bodies and to and the reason I'm not showing you guys is because I don't want to traumatize anybody, and I also don't want YouTube kicking my butt. And now currently the officer is checking the pockets of the victim to see if there's maybe any identifying, like a billfold or a wallet for the kids. I know billfold's an old term. They are okay. So I believe it was the detective was looking for any identifying information from the pockets of the victim. The victim has a green top and a tan pair of pants, like maybe a khaki type pants. Again, there's some type of hood or maybe a big hat or a dark hood of some sort. Now they're trying to look underneath that hood. They keep turning the body around to maybe check pockets or things of that nature. Sorry, I'm just looking here. They have just took the body down. I don't know if they cut the rope or you know, whatever it was that was holding the body up. They just got the body on the ground. They're now taking more photos. There's a forensic photographer there. So now the body is off of the tree and on the ground. Again, they'll probably be looking for more identifying information about what happened here or who this person is. There are cameras on the street corner here. They might be able to get some information from there. I don't believe that there are any in the park. I'm looking around. Um, don't know what's going on here, to be honest. What's up, Alan? It's really bad, rib guy. Mick T, have I been to the library? I've been to that library several times since, Mick T. Yeah, Brandon. Am I back, y'all? Am I back at all? Give me a 5x5 if you can hear me. Okay. Just as a recap, y'all, I can't go up there because the body's on the ground now, and it is what it is. Can't waste too much time here because we got DT coming up at 11:15 my time, which is Mountain Time, which I believe is 1:15 Eastern. To give you a quick summary of what happened here, I'll get information later. I'm sure there's going to be cops here probably more than half the day. If I can get back here, I will, but I just can't go up there. Maybe after this stream, after they get... See, I'm looking at them working on the body now, looking at the body and all kinds of things, but I will try to get as much information for you all as possible. But as of right now, there's been a hanging in Aurora, Colorado. I never thought I would ever have to cover. I've covered dead bodies before, shootings, you know, different various crimes. I've covered stabbings. I've covered, K-Dot and I have covered everything. We've run the gamut here, but this is a first for me. There's just not a lot of information now, y'all, but I'll get as much information as I possibly can. But it's awful. And if somebody perpetrated a crime here, which I think my instincts are telling me that this is a crime and not just a person offing themselves. If this is a crime, then rest assured that I won't stop until that person gets justice. Now the stringers are showing up here. I've been here for 20 minutes, y'all, and now the wannabe journalists are here. I'm gonna try to get an incident number, K-Dot, if you're listening. I'm gonna try to get an incident number after, but my stomach's really nauseated right now, guys. I can't really concentrate on much. But I promise you guys, I'll go back home. We'll do DT, and I know it's gonna be kind of rough for me, but I've got an obligation to my other panelists, and I'm gonna fulfill that obligation. I hate that this happened, and I will get as much information for you. I don't know if there's anything on local media right now here in Denver. Does anybody know? Ellie, have you scoured the internets to figure anything out? Tricky Trixie, that's actually not true either. Real quickly, I covered the supposed Venezuelan gang violence here in Aurora, which it's almost non-existent. I'm not going to say it doesn't exist, but I actually went to the apartment complex that people were complaining about the Venezuelan gang problem, right? And there's no such thing. I talked to the residents there in English and in Spanish, and K-Dot and I were there. We covered it. There's absolutely nothing going on other than there's some slumlords that need a comeuppance here in Aurora, Colorado. That's the real true story of the Venezuelan gang problem that we don't have here in Aurora, Colorado. That story was more about a slumlord than what has been reported on the news. The scary video that you guys saw with the Venezuelan gangs, in fact, there's a lot of evidence to point that it had nothing to do with a Venezuelan gang or a gang in general. These were just bad criminals that were trying to shake down people for money. I don't have much more information on that than that. But I did do follow up over there. KDOT and I went to the apartment complex, and we interviewed some of the neighbors of that particular complex. And that complex is owned by a slumlord. And the main problem that they didn't understand all the attention. Basically, the residents didn't understand all the attention. All they knew was that. That the landlords there, the slumlords, refused to throw the trash. And it was true. You go to the back of the unit, and the trash was piled high. So these people literally had no idea where to put their trash. And the apartments themselves were, um, the apartments themselves were. Neglected, not by the residents. The residents tried to make the best of what they had there, but outlets weren't working. There were windows broken for various reasons. You could tell the ceilings were starting to buckle and crack. These people, these slumlords, didn't do what they were supposed to do in maintaining these units. So that was the real rub over at those apartment complex. That's the real story. The real story was not the Venezuelan gang problem, which is non-existent. What's up, Afila? Moses, welcome. Marth Moreng, thank you for being here. SBTV Kelly, federal agency assistance in the search for a missing 14-year-old. This could be. I don't know, KT Peta. That's speculation. I hope. I don't know. I hope beyond hope. So many things. They're definitely not news, Rib Guy. And look, they should be here in mass right now reporting on this, but there's no mainstream media to report anything here. There's me. That's it. What's up, Janet? Very sad, Marth. No, at this particular complex, Keeper, the slumlords, that's what they are, were not paying the bills to collect the trash because they wanted the perception, and they were the ones. I actually dug into this a little bit further. I remember now. It's been a long while. It's been probably 6 months since I covered this. But it was reported by me as well, that these slumlords actually paid someone to through a PR firm to create the Venezuelan gang problem. And what's shitty about this, it got all the way to the top, right? The president of the United States even mentioned it, and as fact, when in fact it is not fact. Aurora is not being run by gangs, okay? It's not being run by Venezuelan gangs of any sort. That was total horseshit. One of the most irresponsible lamestream media reporting jobs that I've ever seen happened when they were showing footage from Denver, which is directly west of Aurora and way on the other side of town. It's like, complete opposite of where Aurora is. They showed footage of gangs being, belligerent over there for something. I don't know, but it was not Venezuelan related. It was just local gang related, and they passed it off. They pawned it off as reporting that there was a gang problem over here in Aurora. There are gangs over here. There's no doubt about that. But as far as like Venezuelan gangs taking over entire apartment complexes, that story was completely fabricated by the slumlords, who I believe are based out of either New York or New Jersey. I can't, my memory is not the greatest, so I'll have to go back and figure that out. But the slumlords actually paid a PR firm to do a to leak false narratives about Aurora. And that's why it escalated all the way to the top, the President of the United States. So um, a lot of damage was done by that, okay? So just awful shit. Uh, okay, so let me quickly go over what happened here. I think I can show you guys the area now. The body's not there. I'm not really going to show you guys anything. You know, if you're going to be triggered, please, you know, get off of the stream. I understand fully, um, but I'm gonna show you guys as soon as they cover everything up, and there's no way that, I mean, I'm way far away, but I want to show you guys the scene of where this happened. This is, let me show you the park on this side. Hold on. um okay, so this is the park. It is definitely a male that was hung from the tree. Well, I mean, I can't say definitively, but this is the park, y'all. Let me get this tree out of the way, and I'm gonna show you what I can show you. All right, in the distance, right here is where everything happened. All right, the body was hung right there. Now, it obviously it's speculation on my part, but in all honesty, this doesn't seem like someone just off themselves here. All right, my gut is telling me, and usually about 95% of the time I'm right with my gut. This was a crime, and if it is a crime, I'm going to do everything in my power, and I know KDOT will too, to make sure justice is done here. The reason I don't think it's a self-inflicted thing is because a the distance doesn't make sense to me for some reason, and for two, there was some type of hood or cloth, something, maybe a hoodie type thing, I don't know, but the head was definitely covered with something, so you couldn't see the face of the person, thankfully. I mean, that's traumatizing enough, but that more than anything makes me believe that, I'm not saying somebody couldn't just have put something over their head, but usually when these things happen in a crime, that's the type of thing that happens when it's a crime. You understand? So it's definitely not acceptable, Keeper. Uh, um, okay, so let me summarize again. A body has been hung here at Del Mar Park in Aurora, Colorado, in plain view for everybody to see. That's another reason why I think this leads more towards it's all speculation. I don't want anybody to take my reporting here as fact. The only fact I know is someone was hung by a tree here, a male. Um, in my view, maybe Hispanic, maybe Middle Eastern, but a darker skinned person, definitely not a Caucasian person, was hung from a tree at Del Mar Park in Aurora, Colorado. There are a total of 5 police vehicles on scene, probably in the range of anywhere between 5 and 10 police officers. There was some sort of detective here, also some type of forensic photographer was here taking pictures of the body on the tree, and also the body has now been um, relieved from the tree and laid on the ground. So they did check the pockets for any identifying type of information from this individual. These are the facts as I know them. They are currently taking more pictures of the person on the ground. Again, it's a male, as far as I can tell. The body had a green top, a tan or beige or khaki type pants on, shoes on, So the shoes were not off. So that leads me to believe that it wasn't, like Keeper said earlier, some sort of fight or something of that nature, which I can't imagine being in a fight someone and you decide to lynch them. It's unfathomable. Unfathomable. Um, there are people coming in and out. Obviously, curiosity. Um, Again, there's no mainstream media here. You would think there would be tons of people here covering this. This is highly unusual. I hope. Anyways, so that's what we're dealing with here, and that's all I can give you. I'm gonna end this stream now. I got to make some phone calls. I'm gonna be on my way back home. DT is on as scheduled. Um, so stay tuned. I'll try to get you guys as much information as possible. That's all I got for you guys. I'll see you guys on DT in a few.